The night sky over the Gulf turned tense and electric as one of the most dramatic moments of the escalating Middle East conflict unfolded. Radar screens lit up across naval command centers. Sirens echoed through American warships stationed in the region. And then the announcement came from Tehran that would send shockwaves across the world. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps declared that it had launched a direct missile strike on one of the most powerful symbols of American military strength, the U.S. aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln. The claim landed like thunder across global headlines. According to Iranian state media and IRGC statements, multiple ballistic missiles had been fired toward the massive U.S. carrier operating in the Gulf, part of a sweeping retaliation campaign following the death of Iran's supreme leader in earlier U.S.-Israel strikes. The world watched in disbelief as the possibility of a direct strike on an American aircraft carrier, something rarely seen in modern history, became the center of a rapidly escalating global crisis. In those first moments, confusion and urgency spread across military and political circles. Reports from Iranian sources claimed that 4 ballistic missiles had been launched toward the USS Abraham Lincoln as part of what Tehran described as a broader retaliation campaign against U.S. and Israeli forces in the region. Iranian officials warned that both land and sea would become a graveyard for what they called aggressors, signaling a willingness to expand the confrontation beyond land-based targets. Before we go deeper into how this dramatic confrontation unfolded and what it means for the future of the Middle East and global security, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. These are historic moments unfolding in real time, and staying informed has never been more important as the world watches this crisis develop hour by hour. The USS Abraham Lincoln is no ordinary warship. Stretching more than 300 meters and carrying dozens of advanced fighter jets, it represents one of the most formidable naval assets in the United States arsenal. Nuclear-powered and capable of projecting power across vast distances, the carrier serves as a floating airbase and command center, symbolizing American military reach and strategic dominance in critical regions. It had been deployed to the Gulf as tensions with Iran escalated, forming part of a powerful naval presence intended to deter conflict and support operations alongside allies. Yet in the volatile environment that followed the death of Iran's top leader, deterrence gave way to confrontation. Iranian officials framed the missile launch as part of Operation True Promise 4, a broader campaign aimed at what they described as defending Iranian sovereignty and responding to the killing of their supreme leader. In statements carried by state media, the IRGC asserted that the missiles had struck the carrier, declaring the attack a direct message to Washington and its allies. Within minutes of those claims, global attention shifted to the U.S. response. American military officials moved quickly to assess the situation and reassure both domestic and international audiences. U.S. Central Command stated that the USS Abraham Lincoln had not been hit and that the missiles launched by Iran had either been intercepted or had not come close to striking the carrier. According to Pentagon officials, the massive warship remained fully operational, continuing its mission in the region despite the heightened tensions. The conflicting narratives, Iran claiming a successful strike and the United States denying any damage, created an atmosphere of uncertainty that fueled global anxiety. For many observers, the mere fact that ballistic missiles had been launched toward a U.S. aircraft carrier marked a dangerous escalation, regardless of whether they reached their target. The incident underscored how quickly the confrontation between Iran, the United States, and Israel had moved from covert operations and regional skirmishes to direct and highly visible military actions involving some of the most advanced weapons systems in the world. Behind the scenes, military analysts began evaluating what such an attack could mean if confirmed. A successful strike on a U.S. aircraft carrier would represent an unprecedented moment in modern naval warfare, potentially triggering massive retaliation and a broader regional conflict. Even without confirmed damage, the attempted strike signaled that Iran was willing to challenge American naval dominance in a way rarely seen before. The timing of the missile launch added to its significance. It came amid a wider wave of Iranian retaliation that included missile and drone strikes targeting U.S. bases and allied locations across the Middle East. Reports indicated that Iran had launched attacks toward multiple countries hosting American forces, from Gulf states to areas closer to Israel. These coordinated actions reflected a strategy aimed at demonstrating both capability and resolve in the wake of leadership losses and ongoing military pressure. For the crew aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, the reported attack marked one of the most intense moments of their deployment. Operating in a region already on edge, sailors and aviators found themselves at the center of a rapidly unfolding confrontation. Defense systems remained on high alert as radar tracked potential threats, and command teams maintained constant communication with regional allies and headquarters in Washington. The stakes were unmistakably high.